There once was a devout Buddhist who often visited a temple in his neighborhood. Every time he went, he made sure to pay his respects to Manjusri Bodhisattva. The majestic statue was adorned with precious jewels and wielded a sword of wisdom. Each time the man gazed upon it, he'd feel a deep sense of awe. That day, as he knelt before the statue, he whispered his heartfelt longing, "Manjusri Bodhisattva, I admire your wisdom, and I hope that one day you'll grace me with your presence." As time went by, his yearning grew stronger. Then, out of nowhere, an idea struck him. He could make offerings to Buddhist monks. Such a gesture, he believed, might touch Manjusri Bodhisattva and bring about his manifestation. To prepare for Manjusri Bodhisattva's arrival, the man meticulously arranged a sumptuous seat at the forefront of the gathering hall. On the day of the service, many Buddhist monks came. Among them, a limping figure caught the man's attention. He was clothed in a filthy, tattered robe. The man's eyes widened in disbelief, but he couldn't bring himself to turn him away, for he too was a monk. So he invited the monk in and watched as the monk slowly limped his way into the hall. To the man's surprise, the ragged monk headed straight for the most luxurious seat and sat down as if it were reserved for him. Upon seeing this, the man quickly approached and explained, "Excuse me, but this seat is reserved for someone very special." The monk replied, "Oh, but I find it very comfortable." Despite that, the man insisted that the monk vacated the seat. As the man went back to wait for Manjusri Bodhisattva by the door, the monk returned to the front seat. Again, the man yanked him away from the seat. This uncomfortable dance between them continued for several rounds. On the monk's seventh try, the man's patience finally wore thin. Irritated, he blurted out, "I've told you countless times that this seat is reserved for someone I deeply admire. There are plenty of other seats here. Why do you keep coming back here, even when I've explicitly told you not to do that?" The monk was once again forced away. This time he yielded and took a seat in the corner. As the man waited with bated breath, disappointment washed over him. Despite all his efforts and preparations, the one he had been eagerly awaiting didn't show up. The following day, he went back to the temple. As always, he prostrated himself to Manjusri Bodhisattva, and with a heavy heart, confided his anticipation and subsequent letdown at the Bodhisattva's absence. That night, when the man was asleep, he dreamed of Manjusri Bodhisattva, who said to him, "I thought you wished to see me in person." The man replied, "Yes, I did. I waited and waited, but you never came." To that, the Bodhisattva responded, "I was there. I took a seat 7 times, but each time you made me leave." Startled, the man woke up. A deep sense of remorse arose in him. Until then, he'd never realized that bodhisattvas would assume different forms in order to guide and educate those they encountered in this mundane world. It was at that very moment that he finally understood the Buddhist teachings about treating everyone equally and not judging people by their appearances. As dawn broke, the man returned to the temple. With humility, he prostrated before Manjusri Bodhisattva and begged for forgiveness. Don't judge a book by its cover. Treat everyone equally with the same respect and dignity.